thing about God. God is omnipresent, and that is something the devil is not. The devil only assigns demons to move around. He can be only in one place per time, but your God is everywhere at the same time. Hello, beautiful souls. You're welcome to What's Mean, a place where the feminine gender come to take a word of encouragement that will keep them going. Today, I want to assure somebody that God is aware of what you are going through. See, sometimes you could be at a particular point in your life and feel everything has failed you. That man that you were trusting, you settled down with, all of a sudden is not interested in a relationship. Or as a wife, your husband all of a sudden doesn't even know you're there. The children, you feel so abandoned, like you don't know them anymore. You have done so much for your boss at work and he doesn't even recognize anything that you're doing. All these things come with life. They are part and parcel of life. And it's very, very, very tempting at that time to feel like, hey, I'm alone. Hey, the world has rejected me. Your siblings are not there for you. Your parents are not even there for you. And you feel so left out and so alone in this world. You had friends that you were there for all the while, and now when you need them the most, they are not there. I had an encounter with one of my friends, and she lost her little girl of about 8 months. About 11 months old. And she had this friend that was so close to her. In fact, she said her pregnancy, her daughter was the one that gave her a girl of her own when she came visiting. So she got so close to her. But as soon as this my friend lost her child, the woman disappeared. She doesn't even come around to greet her. She's passing this way, she's looking for somewhere else to run to. Times like that come when it seems like everything wrong is happening to you. At that point, I want to assure you that God is most present. The book of Job, you see what happened to Job. He lost his children the same day. He lost his cattle the same day. He lost everything. And to sum it up, he had these sores that were so bad that he was oozing and smelling and had to go stay close to a trash. This was a man that was the greatest man in the East at that time. But in a day, he lost everything. At that point, Job felt like he knew he was righteous. He hadn't done anything to sin against God, warrant that kind of misfortune. But in his lamentation, in everything, he was crying out, "Oh Lord, take my life, cause the day I was born." Amazing, his friends came around and was just telling him how terrible he was, and he was a pretender, and that's why his evil has caught up with him. His wife told him, "Curse God and just die." What is worse than that? But what struck me was, after everything, we go down to chapter 38 and you see where God came in. And I got thinking, I said, wow, it means God was there at every second, listening to every utterance he made, because God called him out. Are you challenging me? Are you saying I'm not just? What are you trying to prove? Come and answer this question if you think you're a man. And God laid out everything that Job was saying, and I was like, this is incredible. That in the midst of his suffering, in the midst of everything that had gone wrong, his ears were so close to his mouth. If you go to Psalm 138 verse 9, you see where David said, "If I go to the heavens, you are there. If I descend to the deep of the depths of death, you are there. There is nowhere I can go to hide from your presence." That is the truth. This world is so dark and we are so devil conscious that sometimes we forget that there is a God that is actively looking at you, that is watching you. That when you are going through these challenges, he just wants you to say, "Lord, help me." He just wants you to trust in him, that even if these things are happening, I know that you are there. That's what I want to tell you. There was a time in my life I was saved from death. And this happened when I knew actively going to church, do some church work, but then I was not actively praying when that circumstance came. I was trying to cross an express, and just at the end of the road, there was a power bike moving. How that power bike got to me when I went into the road is what I don't understand. But the power bike came, I saw everything happening in a second as if it was happening in minutes. Everything was just on slow-mo. And the man was coming, and I was looking at him. I was like, this is an express where people don't step on their brakes. They are moving. It's an express. I was there, and I was watching this bike coming close to me. And as it was approaching, I felt a presence. This is not the dream. It's not I thought. I felt something on my skin covering me. And at that point, my hands just reached out to a moving bike and held it. As I held and left it, I spun on the road, and there were 2 incoming vehicles. But when I left where I was to cross the road, I don't know. All I knew is that the 2 filling stations facing me with a whole number of people were all standing and looking at me. And I didn't really understand what happened until 2 weeks later I heard the story of a lady that died almost at the same spot, the same way that I should have died. And I was just perplexed, because at that point I wasn't even expecting anything, but he came. What came and covered me at that point is the watchful eyes of God. And that is what I want to tell you today. That you should be very aware. As much as you are aware of people attacking you, the devil, his cohort, you know one thing about God. God is omnipresent, and that is something the devil is not. The devil only assigns demons to move around. He can be only in one place per time, but your God is everywhere at the same time. If you're very, very conscious that there's someone attacking you, there's the demons attacking you, demons are even 2 steps lower than the devil, and God is above the devil. Lay hold on his assurance to you in Psalm 139 verse 8, and know that he's watching you. Don't abort that baby because the man has rejected it. No, he is watching you. He that gave you that child will take care of it. Don't kill yourself because he just broke up with you after you've given him your everything. No, the man is just clearing the way for the best person for you. Who knows? That guy might even cause you a terminal illness tomorrow, or maybe use you for ritual. Who knows? Don't give up yet. No matter the situation you're in, no matter how deep you think you are, be very, very aware that those things that cause you pain, there is another thing that brings joy. The darkness brings pain and sorrow. Trust me, the sun comes up even when there is night. Night passes and the sun shines and dispels the darkness. That's the same confidence you should have, that your God, he who created you and sent you here, he gives you breath of life to wake up every morning. Life comes from God, nowhere else. Be sure that he has woken you up with his breath, and know that he is very aware of that situation. Just trust. As difficult as it may seem, you're not seeing any hope of anything. Just stand there, and when you least expect, he will come through. Hold on to him. Hold on to his word. His word is alive and active, and it is always actively working. Just hold on to it today and trust God, not me. You're going to come out of it. Thank you so much for your time. With as always, with so much love from me to you. Please remain blessed. Bye for now.